After the recent Super Smash Bros. Trailer, many were shocked, including myself, that Lucina was a playable character instead of Chrom. Now, I would not have a problem with this, but there are two factors of why I do. First off, when gameplay was shown of Lucina's playstyle, she appeared to play very similar to Marth. This led many to believe that she was only a skin for Marth considering how she appeared on the official Smash Bros. Website. Sakurai later confirmed that she is indeed her own character. He later explained why Chrom was pushed aside in favor of Lucina. It's been a week since the reveal and Sakurai has given us his reason. I'm only going to say a few key points, so bear with me. His statement goes as follows, and I quote, "Lucina uses the same techniques as Marth, a fighter with whom I'm sure most of you are already familiar. I even went so far as to make their strength, speed, and special attack almost identical. However, what sets Lucina apart is the fact that the strength of her attacks is uniform alongside the blade. Marth's playstyle emulates the elegant swordplay of a fencer by dealing more damage when he strikes with the tip of his blade, but the damage Lucina deals is evened out. Thus, I think that Lucina will be much easier than Marth for novice players to play with. I played all the way through Fire Emblem Awakening and really wanted to include a character from that rich cast in Smash Bros. Naturally, I considered adding Chrom to the roster, but the decision wasn't easy by any means. At the end of the day, Chrom would just end up being another plain old sword wielder like Marth and Ike. Compared with other characters, he lacks any unique characteristics. In the end, if a game isn't fun, then there's no point. Of course, it would be really easy to make a game by trying out a ton of similar characters, but that's not how I produce games. Initially, I had considered including Lucina as one of Marth's alternate costumes. After all, she has a close relationship with him in Fire Emblem Awakening. In such cases, even if two characters' names and voices differ, as long as they function the same way, I assign them as alternate costumes. The Wii Fit Trainers, Villagers, and Robin are examples of this setup. However, even though Lucina shares her physical stats and techniques with Marth, the characteristics of their attacks differ. When two such similar characters function in an even slightly different manner, I give them a separate spot on the roster since that will affect battle records and whatnot. In that sense, you could say she was very lucky to join the fray. Now, there are some points I agree with, but some that I completely disagree with. Saying Lucina deserves her own character slot isn't exactly going a bit too far. I know many of you will disagree with me when I say that. I even said in my Smash Bros. Countdown that I wanted her in, but she just seems too similar to Marth. For instance, they both had the same stance. What I don't understand is why she wasn't given the stance she had in Fire Emblem Awakening. I'm not saying that Lucina is a horrible choice by any means, because we haven't seen enough of her playstyle. I can see Marth and Lucina being completely different and individually defined, if their custom movesets are differentiated enough. One way Sakurai and his team can implement unique moves, if they haven't already, is to use skills. The skills don't necessarily have to be part of her default classes, but also the other classes she can change into. So implementing these skills would be a great way to differentiate herself from Marth. Now about Chrom. Sakurai's reasoning for his exclusion isn't exactly perfect. Now I respect the man and his judgment on this, but just hear me out. Just like with Lucina, Chrom could have been differentiated from the other Fire Emblem characters by using different skills. Unfortunately, since Chrom is only part of Robin's Final Smash, this will never come to be. The only way I could see Chrom making his way into Smash is if Sakurai decided to use him as an alternate skin for Lucina, but by the way Sakurai has been talking, Chrom may not be an alternate costume whatsoever, not even in Smash Bros. Except for Final Smash. So, what do you guys think? Do you believe Sakurai made the right decision by being in favor of Lucina over Chrom, or should Chrom have been in the game instead? Now, I will reiterate that I do not think that Lucina's inclusion was a horrible idea by any means. I'm just concerned that if custom movesets don't differentiate her and Marth enough to where they feel like separate characters, Lucina may turn out to be somewhat of a clone. I'm probably going to use Lucina over Marth now because it seems she fits my playstyle more, but custom movesets need to make them different enough. Please, keep the comment section clean and civil, as there's no reason to hate on someone's opinion you're more than likely to forget. Alright guys, this is Revolution signing out.